Indie authors work extremely hard on their craft. In no particular order, here are some of the top indie LGBTQ plus releases in September. Number 1. Silk and Sword by P.S. Scott. When Lieutenant General Petronilla meets Acelina, the proprietress of Duality, it's hate at first sight. Forced into prostitution at a young age, Petronilla has rebuilt her life to become one of the highest-ranking army officials in Inferno. She detests everything the Pleasure House owner stands for and doesn't bother to hide it. Forced to spend a night together because of a bet, Petronilla realizes her feelings run deeper than she realized. Acelina has no idea why Petronilla hates her so much, only that the hate is mutual. The Lieutenant General never misses a chance to criticize her, and if it weren't for her VIP customer, General Darius, she would never tolerate Petronilla. But when a secret mission forces them to live together, Acelina takes the opportunity to exact revenge. As they get to know each other, it becomes harder to deny the attraction that burns between them. What begins as a battle of wills turns into an undeniable passion, growing into all-consuming love that will stop at nothing. Number 2. Our Love, the Story by M.A. Innes. When had his whole life become so miserable? Bishop knew something had to change when the only bright spots in his life were his online friends. So when a chance to visit one came out of the blue, he knew it was fate, and fate had a plan that involved the guys at his favorite online store, Lise and Lise. When had his whole life become so boring? Cohen knew something had changed the moment he saw the smiling, laughing man across the crowded bar. After a string of bad dates and terrible relationships, his expectations hit rock bottom until a smiling pup stepped into his arms and into his life. When had his whole life become so grown up? Ian knew something had to change when he couldn't remember the last daddy he dated. Unfortunately, while his work had subs popping out from behind every camera lens, Lise and Lise didn't have an abundance of daddies wandering around, or at least they didn't until a new pup came dancing into town. Number 3. Broken Beyond Repair by Emily Banting. Sydney McKenzie, personal assistant to the rich and famous, is looking forward to a well-earned break to go traveling in her beloved VW camper van Gertie, that is, until Gertie cries off sick. When her boss calls in a favor, one that will pay Sydney handsomely and put Gertie back on the road, she can't refuse. Internationally renowned actress Beatrice Russell, adored by her fans and despised by those that know her, is splashed across the tabloids all thanks to her broken leg. She limps back to her palatial English country estate to convalesce for the summer, where she finds herself in need of yet another new assistant. Enter Sydney, who doesn't take kindly to the star's demands, attitude, or clicking fingers, much less her body's own attraction to the gorgeous diva. If not for that and Gertie's worn-out engine, she would leave tomorrow, or so she tells herself. As the summer heats up, the Ice Queen begins to thaw, and Sydney glimpses the tormented woman beneath the celebrity bravado, drawing her ever closer to the enigmatic actress, sometimes too close. Can Sydney reach the real Beatrice and help heal her wounds before the summer ends and she returns to filming in the States, or is the celebrity broken beyond repair? Number 4. Cupid is a Cat by Lise Gold. American-born project manager Nora Bloom enjoys her life in London, but love hasn't been easy. To stop herself from thinking about her ex for a night, she signs up for a speed dating event. Not looking for anything other than distraction, she's surprised when she meets an Israeli woman who leaves a lasting impression on her. London-based diamond dealer Yael Kem joins her single friend on a speed dating night. Already casually dating someone, she's only there for moral support, but after meeting Nora, her mind keeps going back to that night, and she can't help but wonder what would have happened if she'd made different choices. Cupid reports to the Almighty. Roaming the earth, spreading love, and bringing destined souls together, they take their assignments very seriously. To blend in, they manifest in different forms, but when morphing into Toby, a cuddly ginger cat, they find a whole new level of joy in their job, and distractions are lurking around every corner. When Nora and Yael finally meet again, strange things start to happen. Things that are too bizarre to be coincidental. Is there free will in love, or is our destiny written in the stars? Number 5. Part-Time Daddy by B Harmony. Exhausted, overworked, underpaid, and for damn sure underappreciated. Struggling to find a balance between the career I've always wanted and the desire to have someone to take care of me, I agreed to join an exclusive event at the Garden. A couple of hours to let go with Dean Nash, the daddy of my dreams, then it's back to the grind. As head of security at the Garden, I'm content with my single life. When my boss calls in a favor, I reluctantly agree, knowing a few hours of play won't mean anything. Until I lock eyes with an exhausted boy across the room, and every instinct calls me to protect the boy from falling asleep on his feet. Tanner Morgan checks all of my boxes, though I've sworn no one ever could. When we tossed into each other's paths weeks after our one night together, I offered to show Tanner there can be enough space in his life for a part-time daddy. A caregiver without expectation of a relationship, feelings, or promises he can't keep. Falling in love isn't part of the agreement, no matter how perfectly we fit together. And here's your top 5. If you're burning with desire to read one or all of these novels, the details are in the description below.